the half of INEC and the UNDP, right? I like to present this to us, the journalists of Nigeria, and to the Nigerian public at large.
That was the launch of the Nigerian Media Code of Election Coverage in Lagos as adopted by the Nigerian Union of Journalists, the Broadcasting Organization of Nigeria, the Newspapers Proprietors Association, the Guild of Editors, the Nigeria Association of Women Journalists, the Radio, Television, Theatre and Arts Workers Union, the Media Rights Agenda, the International Press Center, and supported by the UNDP's Democratic Governance for Development project. The Media Code is to, among other rules, ensure that organizations are not one-sided in their publications or broadcasts. They are to ensure equity in the coverage of political campaigns and not directly or indirectly allow themselves to be made tools in the hands of politicians in provoking the nation's division. Kabiru Yusuf is the chairman of Daily Trust newspaper. He thinks journalists should give the Media Code great attention.
We should be careful about, reporting divisive statements by politicians, especially hate speech, something that means to incite one community against the other. We should be careful about that. Secondly, we should only publish verified figures in a conflict situation. If you now say so many people have died or whatever has happened, this can inflame the situation, especially if you are not sure about it. So we should delay. We should not rush to make those kind of publications because it doesn't help a conflict situation.
Ruth Tene and Friday Oloko were part of journalists who participated in the launch of the Media Code. They agree the code is very, very necessary for deeper professionalism at these times, but they are also very concerned about the security of journalists during the forthcoming polls.
I think the focus should be saving Nigeria as a country, saving Nigeria as a nation, and not just saving or choosing for an individual. So at the end of the day, we the journalists, if we do not do the right thing, at the end of the day, it will still fall back on us, because some of the implications of bad government will always fall back at the end of the day to every Nigerian. And I think another thing that I would say is that it's not just about ensuring that the elections are credibly reported. It is important that for your own integrity and for the integrity of your medium, it is important that you ensure that you live by this code of conduct. It is something that has been agreed by everybody involved in the process, and I think it will do Nigeria good.
I, for instance, monitored the elections, the April 29th election, 2009 in Ekiti State, and every attempt to really inject sanity into the electoral system as a reporter met stiff resistance on the part of politicians. Many of us from my organization were brutalized, dealt with because for them they were not comfortable. So the fear is not really in terms of the practicability on the part of journalists, but the fact that journalists will be made scapegoats.
Mr. Ray Ekpo is a former president of the Newspapers Proprietors Association of Nigeria. He says the politicians can make it easier for all in 2015 by shunning the politics of desperation.
What is happening in some of the states now is quite disheartening, but I hope that this does not represent a foretaste of what we will have in 2015. My appeal to them is that there will always be elections. Let them play the game according to the rules.
Oloko here emphasizes the need for more focus on national interests during the general elections.
Go and vote for the candidates or the party that has the interest of the nation at heart, and not just a candidate or the party that will be able to satisfy your personal needs.
The United Nations Development Programme, UNDP, a strong supporter of the publishing of the Media Code, is concerned about Nigeria having an all-inclusive general election.
Respect is the rule of the law. we need to make sure that people living with disability are mainstream into the electoral process.
However, it is clear that just as the politicians need to be committed to playing by the rules, Nigerian journalists need to adhere strictly to professional ethics for the success of the country's general elections. From Lagos, Jacqueline Ogoh reporting for the Nigerian Democratic Report, NDR.